The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Welcome everybody to another installment of the DL Show. We have Joe is back. Joe, welcome.
Hey, everyone. Hello.
The Incredible Hulk will be seen tonight.
I did not realize. The beard looks good. It's coming in.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when the show was, I got here just in time and the Incredible Hulk thing was going. And I'm sitting, I literally sat there for a second, goes, I want to go back to a time in my life when the Incredible Hulk not airing was my biggest fucking problem.
Right. It's a good problem to have.
Really. If that was my worst problem in life, I want to go back to that time. What was I, 10 years old in 78?
Right, yeah.
Oh, it's just been nonstop.
When my piano's off, I would have played the doo, 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 doo. Krellbar is here, everybody. Krellbar, welcome to the show.
Howdy, folks.
Here we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. The Incredible Hulk, actually, folks, is on tonight. If any of you have Tubi, you can watch all the shows. Speed for Hire, welcome. Mr. True Twin. I don't know what your request was, Mr. True Twin, but fire away. Space Field Time, welcome. And we have a show. Joe, what's been happening? I know you've had a lot of stress with Mikey and everything and the nurses, and that just sucks.
Well, that just it's been nonstop with that. And then she had to go to DC. So sorry. But there was a replacement who was here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and today. The regular weekend nurse was here. But this weekend, 2002 has been a fucking shit show. I mean, if 2002 was an old dog, I'm taking it behind the barn and putting a bullet in its fucking head. And I love dogs. But I'm sitting in my bedroom Saturday night, got the guitar plugged in, having a good time. And I look to my left. I look to my right, where there's the big double window. And I see a big ass fucking carpenter ant. And I'm like, son of a bitch, not again. Now, a few years ago, I was using that room as my office, and I had this desk would face the window, and there was a tapestry in front of the window. It was cloudy out, so there was no sun coming to shine behind the tapestry. I'm coaching an agent, and the sun lights up the tapestry, and I see the silhouette of about 600 ants crawling on the tarp. And I was just finishing up the coaching session. And I'm like, okay, you're doing great. Go back to work. I got something I got to take care of. And I'm killing these things like crazy. I pulled back the tapestry Saturday night, and sure enough, I got another fucking invasion. And
unbelievable.
I went nuts on them. And then I'm like, okay. And I noticed every night they're starting to come back. And Saturday night, I'm just want to relax and have fun. I got the guitar plugged in. And next thing I know, I'm knee deep in an emergency, what I call the roomovations, moving from back over there to this where I use my office. And that means I had to put shit out of here to fit my bed and the bed frame in here. It's just been a fucking nightmare.
Oh.
I just opened the kitchen door and a black carpet there, and you could put a saddle on this son of a bitch. Falls out from inside the fucking door. I was going to get a glass of water before the show started. So I've been trying to get one of these exterminating places, but their website wasn't working. You know, I tap out. I got to tap out on this one. I just want to sleep in peace. If I, I don't need fucking ants crawling on me.
I have something that works good. I'll contact you later. I'm not going to tie up the show. It's ant traps, and what it does is that when it takes it and takes it back to the nest and poisons the nest, and then you set them up all over the place, and within a few weeks, it usually takes care of the problem.
But I was actually joking with a friend last night because I went from my bedroom over there, that part of the house. I leave this part of the house. The German roach comes out from under Mikey's bathroom door to greet me. I'm going to put Mikey to bed. There's a different kind of bug in there. I said to my friend, it's like fucking Star Trek over here. I'm the Enterprise. And every part of the house is a different quadrant of space with fucking some other alien trying to fucking kill me.
More like Starship Troopers.
Right?
That's what I was going to say.
Get me some Vulcans on my side or something. Shit. I'm going to go back to drinking Romulan ale. It's been so crazy. I didn't even get to make a video for my 11 months of sobriety. I'm 2 weeks away now from a whole year. And I didn't even get to do the 11 months. May 31st is a whole year.
Oh, you can celebrate on Memorial Day. Yeah, have a beer, Joe.
Man.
Yeah, sorry you went through a rough week.
I mean, I finally had Guitar Center sent out my op. What is that? The orange op. What is that? The fuzz. The orange op fuzz. Remember, it was on back order forever. It's still in my bedroom in the box. I haven't even opened it up.
Wow. Well, thank God. The ants will be playing with it.
Yeah.
They'll be in there jamming.
What's worse than ants in your pants?
What?
Uncles.
Oh, Jesus.
That was actually, I knew this before the movie. I watched this awful movie on Tubi today. It was Bruce Willis. I forgot the name of it already.
I'll tell you what. The best thing to do is get Krellbot to come over to your house and tell the ants jokes. They'll never come back.
If jokes were fatal,
I'll tell you what.
all the ants in Florida are gone.
Tell the ants. Now, who's on delay there? Is that you, Krell?
That was me. I accidentally hit that.
All righty. What else is in the news today? Anything else going on?
Well, the entire world is going fucking crazy. But other than that,
what have you been playing musically, Joe? What kind of stuff have you been playing? Writing stuff or working on stuff?
I've been having so much. When I had the chance in my bedroom there, I had gotten this. I got my SG with the thicker strings on there, tuned down to C.
Yeah.
And I had a free test of the Line 6 Metallurgy. Came out with like 3 different amps. They have thrash, modern metal, and doom. So I had the free trial. I didn't even touch the thrash and the modern metal. The doom one is just, you don't even turn some of the stuff on and the sound is great. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even turn the pedal on for this, or I didn't even turn the sustain on for this. And I was just having a ball Saturday night. I worked my ass off last week. Was the first full week I was able to work. I mean, there was one day I was really about to pass out between calls, and I fought through it. And I just got to Saturday. I was happy like a pig in shit. I was just sitting there playing my fucking guitar. And then it's like Ant Invasion 2022.
Mm-hmm. Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Now, if you could just have Denise Richards come over your house.
I like the other girl better.
In her prime.
The one that played
Yeah, the blonde curly hair.
Yeah. I love
Yeah, I
Diz,
can't
the
remember
one
her
that played Diz.
Yeah. Come on, Diz. I'd take either one.
That is one of my favorite movies. I do love that movie.
Oh yeah, well,
And it's also a great book.
Oh yeah. Who wrote it?
I just said hello to myself. Like this shows you how fucking crazy I am. I just said hello to my fucking self. I'm trying to say hello to Hanoi Bomb. Holy shit.
That's excellent.
Squire.
Oh man, that is great. I just say, my goodness. Hello, Hanoi Bomb. I just put your name in there and it zipped out. Hello, Johnny Kramer.
Yeah, same guy that did Starship Troopers did
Yeah.
RoboCop. Too.
Oh yeah, well, he's crazy.
I liked him as a director because you watch stuff
Pete.
he does, it'd be like, oh wow, that's goofy, that's stupid. No, there was a hidden message in everything he did.
Always crazy messages with that guy.
Yeah.
Speed for Hire, thank you so much. I have a gig this Saturday with Emily, and I think I know half the songs. I have to learn like 15 songs. They want us to do only songs from the 80s. So I have my hands full with learning songs, and that was one of the ones we're going to do.
Once again, Wasp, Fuck Like a Beast.
Yeah.
88.
God,
Ladies and gentlemen, AM station.
Yeah. No, this is just me and Emily. So it's like we usually do more of a mix of funk and dance stuff. But I don't know. We were going to do a Prince song. I kind of put the kibosh on. I don't want to play Purple Rain, and we'll do some songs. It's a good list, but it's a lot. It's a lot of songs that I have to learn because I didn't want to do it before my gig this Saturday. And this Saturday we played a gig. I don't know if anyone watched that show on Saturday live. A friend of mine, Jim and I did a gig for this woman for her father's birthday years ago. And she came down and went to dinner with a friend of hers at a restaurant or some bar down the street and brought the whole place into martinis. So the place at 9:30 is always dead and we start a whole new crowd. The night crowd comes in and instantly it was like 30 girls coming in the door. So it was a great night. Then the bar filled up. I don't know. I don't think it's Brad Gill. Is it Brad Gillis on the record? I don't know. Only songs. Yeah, exactly. We only do 80s Billy Joel. But it was a great night. And I didn't want to learn any songs before that gig because, like Jim and I, before that gig, Jim's like, we're going over 3 or 4 songs that Jim wanted to do. We didn't do them. We didn't get to them. I'm like, what am I learning these or going over these songs and having them fresh in my head for? And then today I got booked for 2 more shows up in the at the Riverwalk Brewery up in Newburyport, which is great. Which I have one show this month and one in June, and then I have my big one up in New Hampshire in July. So it's good that I picked up those gigs.
Yeah,
and I have a new student.
That may as well be New Hampshire.
That's not that far. It's about 20 minutes still shy of New Hampshire. There's a, obviously I'm pretty close to Rhode Island from where I am. What was I going to say? I forget what I was going to say.
Hey, Tim. Hey, now.
But anyway, so I got a lot of gigs coming up. This weekend with Emily. Then the next weekend I have a gig with with Jim, with Danny. Wait, do I have a gig with Jim? No, I have a gig with Danny. I have 2 gigs with Danny. And then the week after that I have a gig with Jim, Danny, and Dan. Just 2 with Danny, 1 with Jim. Yeah. Oh, new students. Yeah, I have a new student on Wednesday, so that'll be cool. Picked up another new student. And I picked up 2 new students. But the other one I'm not starting till June. So
are they getting them? You getting them from YouTube? From the
No. So the one I picked up, the one from June, it's a little girl and I used to teach her brother. Then he wanted to switch instruments or not do it. And then now she wants to do it. So they're bringing me back.
All right.
And And the other one posted on Facebook, and somebody recommended me. And so then they reached out to me, and I gave my number, and we talked. And I said, I'm picky about now who I'm going to teach. So it was like a 16-year-old kid that's getting really into music. And so that I can relate to, you know what I mean? That's like, all right, well, that person will listen. And because I try to teach the theory stuff, what the notes are and what chord numbers are and stuff like that. So they stay with it. Because otherwise it's, then you really have to have a strong passion if you're going, what I think, playing blind and not knowing that stuff and figuring it all out. But, whatever. It's all
you don't want to hand them the Hal Leonard book and murder them right off the bat. That happened to me. What was it, 77?
Yeah.
It's like, what's this?
No, I'll pick like 3 or 4. Like, I'll figure out what songs they want to know, what chords they already know, because I know this kid knows chords. And from there, we'll go with, let's see what chords are common. We'll do 2 or 3 more songs, and then I'll show them how it fits in the structure of that key, of that, and so then they kind of have an understanding. Because that's how it was easy for me when I was learning, that I had an understanding of what was going on. Yeah. So, anyone watch the eclipse last night?
Nope.
We had
I did see a big moon. Yeah, I did see the blood moon, though.
Well, was it the blood moon? Well, you'd have to see the blood moon. It would have been at 12:30, from 11:30 to 12:30.
Let's see. I ended up driving down to Warwick with my brother. No, it was earlier than that. So maybe it wasn't blood moon, but it was the full moon in the sky.
It was the full moon. The blood moon is when the shadow of the Earth comes over and it gives it a red hue. A red hue Caldwell.
I saw that one coming.
And but yeah, it was cool. What the hell is this? 20 plus? What is that? The hell is this?
I don't know where we are.
Something on my
got some
Facebook.
clouds
I got a notification.
too.
I'm like, what the
I'm
hell?
not
is
seeing
this
it tonight.
What's that?
Oh, it's cloudy tonight. So, I mean, I think the blood moon's supposed to be tonight too, but there's no way we're seeing it. Yeah.
Oh no, the blood moon's an hour.
Oh, it's an hour? I thought it was 2 days. That 2 nights that would do it.
No, the blood moon. So what it is it's an eclipse. The full moon. Yeah, the eclipse lasts an hour.
Oh,
actually, an hour and 20 minutes. Krellba, do you guys think Gibsons are too overpriced? I want a standard 60s, but can't commit. I think they're overpriced, especially standard 60s. So that's a Les Paul. I mean, the Les Pauls they hold their value, but buy a used one. But even right now, used, you really have to find someone that wants to get rid of it and not rob you.
Or buy an Epiphone 60s Tribute Plus with the 57 Gibson pickups, Switchcraft jacks, and Grover tuners, which I happen to be selling right now.
I was going to say, why are you pushing this?
Man, yeah, you got very specific. Nowadays you're seeing guitars on Amazon for $140. I think the whole game's about to change because now most of these are made by the machines. So you're looking at this as like this is beautiful. And a lot of them are being reviewed on YouTube and they're getting really good reviews.
But the same token, you see they're reviewing the Dave Mustang's new Gibson V.
Oh, they're
and there's a lot of there's a lot of flaws on that for a $2,800 guitar.
I came to a conclusion about something that pissed me off because I got a guitar. The MIDI guitar I got. Still not sure.
The MIDI one, yeah.
Yeah. Right. I don't know if I'm keeping it or not. I still got like another week to decide. I'm leaning towards sending it back. And one of the things I'm thinking about is, they're telling you how to set it up. And I had a kind of revelation. Tell me if I'm fucking crazy. Or maybe I'm just gotten old.
You're crazy.
I know I'm crazy. You buy a guitar, $800, and then you got to set the fucking thing up. Imagine you bought a car and they're telling you, no, before you drive that, you got to tune that up. You know, or anything that's like, no. You gotta check. You can't go use the washing machine out of the box.
Right.
You got to set that washing machine up inside, do the belts and all that. The time, you'd fucking kill people. Why do we accept that something that's so expensive, we have to set it up?
Who sent it to you? Was it Sweetwater?
No, this one was Zounds.
Yeah, because Sweetwater sets everything up before it goes out the door.
Yeah. And the other thing I've experienced, though, because I've gotten, Sweetwater does that 55-point inspection.
Sometimes they skip it, though. I can attest to sometimes they skip it.
Well, that's it is. It's all depending on who's doing it that day. You know, I've seen reviews like that as well. Who's putting the effort in the work. Where I work, not all agents are created equal. You get me on the phone, you're going to get taken care of unless you're a fucking prick. Then all of a sudden, magically,
get the hell out of here.
Something happened and there was a glitch and I have to restart. I'm sorry. You know.
So how bad was the setup on that, Joe?
It's not that it's bad, but it has to be set up for specific height for that meaty microphone pickup, whatever you call that.
Yeah, the hex pickup.
And I'm like, well, if you're not going to at least do that, you know, but it's $800. It doesn't feel like $800 worth. I can't get the program to work decently on my Mac or my PC.
Right.
What I do love is I do love the feeling of the headless guitar. I love having something tiny that's full scale that you can pick up and just noodle around with, you know, all of that. So I don't know. I'm leaning heavily towards sending it back, especially since it's going to be summer. The electricity's already gone up. I'm going to have to be paying a monthly fee now for fucking the Orkin Man or one of these pricks to come and do the house, because it's too much now. You know, before I have some kind of fucking Borg bugs moving into as well into the closet. You know, I'm getting run over here. There'll be a Death Star. Yeah, every time I walk outside, the Hornets are building another Death Star. But yeah, I was just like, you know, I had one when I got my SG in 2016. The setup was so bad when I brought it to Guitar Center to be set up, the guy wouldn't even charge me. He's like, they should be ashamed of themselves if they sent this to you like that. I can't even. He goes, in good conscience, I couldn't even charge you to set this up.
Yeah.
So he did it for free.
So
you know what?
Go ahead.
You know what I hate is when, you know, I understand that when things get set up and get sent out that, you know, there are some adjustments that happen or can happen, but I hate the places that always use that as the stock excuse. It's like, no, you know, if the action's this high off the damn fretboard or however thing, and, you know, it's like the fret ends are sharp as hell, and it was just shipped from your factory a few states over and stuff. Don't use the, it was too dry and it dried out on the way here. And, we set it up perfectly. It must have been during shit. They're full of shit.
I have to say one thing, and I started to say this, and regardless of where I've ordered it from, and I've gotten pretty much every one of them, except for one I bought used at Zounds, every Schecter has that sticker on the back that says set up the play. They're not fucking around. I had one. I didn't even have to tune it much except for the G string. And like the action is almost always perfect.
Yeah, they file the nut. They take it from the factory and they file the nut. And they do a lot of stuff to make sure that it's playable and set up.
I think at the
LTD
end of the
does
day,
a great job.
It behooves them to have somebody going over it, because if someone gets something that's playable, it's, you know, it reduces the need to return something, and that's always going to be a bitch. You know. My 2 cents.
Last Sunday, I went to a karaoke, and this guy who I always see at my AM station gigs, he's like asking me these questions. He has a Mexican Strat, a string broke. He doesn't know what strings to put on it. It was never set up. So I say to him, listen, bring the thing over to my house. I'll put some strings on. I'll give you a set of strings. I'll put it on there, and I'll take care of it for you. You come out to my shows all the time. I have no problem with that. So he comes over. And I'm like, do you use the whammy bar at all? He goes, no, I play I played cowboy chords. I'm like, all right, I'm setting it up the way I would play it. So I pin the bridge down like I screw the trem fork, what is it called? The
block.
The claw.
Claw.
I screw the claw all the way. The claw.
Claw?
So I screw it all the way in. I then I put the brand new strings on, and I'm like, oh, the neck needs a little relief. So I put relief in the neck. But basically, I make it so the thing plays that I would play it, and I did it in the fastest possible way that I could do it because I didn't want to work all day on the guitar. So I said to him, the strings are probably going to sell. You might have to tune it when you get home, but this is good. So now I run into him last night, and he's like, dude, I hate that setup.
Oh, gosh.
I said, now he's a beginner. He goes, it just doesn't feel the same. I don't know what it is. I said, okay, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I go, take it to somebody. I didn't charge you. So he goes, well, I did. I took it to Rick's Music, and I brought it to their setup guy. So now I'm like, what's he now going to fucking rip me a new ass to tell me that somebody, right? So he says the guy starts playing it and says, who the fuck set this up? So he tells him, and he's like, he should set up my guitars. This thing plays unbelievable. I can't believe a Mexican Strat can play this good. Oh, the guy telling me this story, he's laughing. He goes, I hate it. He goes, but another guitar player played it, and he was like, this is fantastic. I was
Not
like,
only that, it's the guy doing setups that said that.
yeah, and I said to him, I was like, here I am thinking you're telling me this story to bust my balls. He goes, nah, if I didn't like it and it was someone said it was bad, I wouldn't have said anything. I just wanted to show you that I thought it was bad. And this other guy's yelling at me saying, can he set up my shit? And I'm like, I didn't even do a setup, or I did the quickest rush job just to get the thing get strung up and so you could play it. I go, it's actually the action was a hair lower than I like it. A hair lower than I like it. And he was like, the guy said it was perfect. I'm like, giddy up.
Is that still in Raynham, Rick's?
Yeah, that's the one that he went to. But he was a super nice guy. He says to me, hands me a gift card to this restaurant that I like called Time, which is Lebanese food. He goes, I heard you talking that you like this restaurant, so I got you a gift card for doing that for me.
You know what, Dave? Is that in your area? Right in your area?
Raynham?
No, Time.
It's in my town, yeah.
Yeah, well, I tell you, if I ever decide to come up there, for one of our Sundays or whatever, we could do that.
Yeah, it's good.
And use your gift card. No, just kidding.
Exactly. I have reverb on my end. Does anyone else hear it? I don't hear it on my end. I was hearing it a little earlier. Oh, okay. It must be StreamYard because I was hearing it in somebody else earlier too. I tend to get Schecter's more than anything. Yeah, so I worked there for a little while at Schechter for the summer. A buddy of mine was good friends with the president and asked me if I would go and help out for a month, and I did. It was like 2000, I want to say 3, and it's in Burbank, and you have to cut the nut. You have to, you measure and you are doing real setups. I mean, as real a setup you're going to do within 5 minutes to get it out. Because it comes pretty good from the factory, especially like the world manufacturing ones that we used to get were perfect. But some of the ones, the lesser ones, you had to cut the nut a little bit. The high E was always too high. There was a couple of things, but for the most part, they're really good. And they use the same principle when you said LTD. LTD is ESP. And ESP and Schechter are both owned by the same Japanese gentleman, Shibuya.
They set up that stuff good out of the factory.
But they run both companies separate. So when I was saying it's the same company, they're not the same company, but the principle of how both work are both owned by the same guy.
I'll say if anyone wants a low price like a shredder guitar, I would say go with LTD.
I would say go through Krellbar's collection. He seems like he's selling a different guitar every week. What's on the cutting board today, Krell?
Let's see. Well, my Les Paul's still at Matt's.
All right.
I've got the Harley.
The Epiphone?
Yeah. The Harley Benton CST 24 HB. That's the hollow body. Very beautiful guitar. I've got
Oh,
that
you're
on.
selling that?
Yeah.
Nice.
And,
what about the Barbie Benton?
The Barbie Benton? No, she's chained in my basement. I hope she's still alive because that would be really sick. Even more sick.
Mister, don't hurt my dog.
But yeah, after those two gone, I believe that brings me down to 20 or maybe 19. And that was my goal, get under 20.
Hold on. I could see spam coming a mile away.
Spam, 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 spam.
There we go. Get rid of that. Excellent. Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah. So you selling, what was the last one was the
Harley Benton.
Harley Benton. And that's the only two you're selling? Joe, you selling any of your guitars?
Right now, yeah.
No.
Now somebody was asking about the bass you have behind you, Krell.
Yeah, Johnny Kramer. I may as well go grab it.
What we got?
Yeah.
It's I'll tell you what it is when I get it.
I mean, Johnny Kramer did it. You saw it. You ignored it.
I responded in the chat.
Oh.
There is no ignoring Deli Force.
All righty. Do 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 do. All right. I know.
Okay, well, let's see how this is going there. Okay.
Yeah, if you hold it up, I'll make you the. Hey, Hugh Caldwell, what's happening? Hugh, I messaged you on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it.
Okay, here's the body of the guitar. It's a Yamaha. And I'll talk about details on it because for what I think it was $350, I bought it in 2018, brand new from Sweetwater, and it's just a killer bass for the moment.
What'd you pay for it?
$350.
Yeah, it looks like a good bass.
Okay.
Let's see. It's a bolt-on neck.
Yes.
Excellent, good. And let me see the. Is it 18 volts or 9?
It's 9.
Okay.
9.
So just one
9.
battery. Let's see the headstock to that.
Yamaha.
Oh, and it's a 5-piece neck.
Yeah, it actually is. It's not even a fake 5-piece neck. I forget what the woods are, but I think I'm not even gonna try to venture. I forget what the model number is.
Oh, that's all right, Hugh. Hope you feel better. What did you walk a mile today, Hugh?
Getting ready for that long marathon walk. The cool thing about this bass is that the way it's set up, this right here is not a pickup selector. This is different EQs.
Oh, right. The pickup selector is the volume for each pickup.
Yeah, volume for each pickup. And I mean, it's active. I can't remember if it's active and passive, but I may be thinking of another.
More than likely, it's active and passive because unless it's EMG pickups, you don't really find too many fully active bass pickups.
Yeah, and it's got the little. I think detent is the correct term for it. It stops right in the middle on the EQ for the adjustments here.
Hugh's training for the walkers. He got up to the fridge to get a beer, and he's like, "All right, I'm exhausted."
Oi.
All right, now I need a plate of haggis. I am exhausted.
That's all I got to say about that.
Nice looking bass.
Yeah.
You know, I've been all week. I've been thinking like, man, I've got to get my bass out and play, but then I just don't have time. Bubinga, the Bada
Buddha
Bing.
Binga next from the Bada Binga Club.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
don't know.
Tracy neck. She
I
was
don't
a
know, it's
hoa. A
Bahula.
binga.
Anyways, it's a good looking bass. I was gonna play bass. What have I been playing? Like I said, I got a lot of songs to learn, which sucks.
I had an old Ibanez that I was, hammering around on for years. And I ended up selling that because it was just the beater and it didn't play particularly well, didn't sound particularly well. And I said, I had time to get rid of it and just.
Krill was playing it. Someone's like, that sucks. He goes, oh, it's the bass. Let me get a new one.
Yeah, it's the bass. I need to get a $3,000 bass to sound better. No, you still sound like shit.
Yeah. Boy, I'm getting like slammed on Facebook with likes from like a total fake account.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not a friend of mine. And just been liking every one of my pictures. And when you look at the picture, it's just a girl with huge boobs.
Oh, that's me, Dave. I'm sorry.
Dean, it probably is. Dino Smith says, hi, Dave. Opinions on the possibility of a future recession? Well, we're probably going to go into one.
Well, they're practically promising it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and it's going. I love when they go, and it's going to get worse. I'm like, is that your platform?
Right. That's a great. Yeah.
That's really not that great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's complete shitbaggery going on. However, there will be a revolution in the polls in the when it comes to elections, and these will have consequences. I have not seen 40 Mules yet. However, somebody posted on Facebook a free version of it, and I just haven't had a chance to see it. So,
not to play Mr. Correction here, it's actually 2,000 mules, but
what I say,
just
40?
for the sake of 40.
40 mules in a Land Rover? Wasn't that
Yeah.
rap song about what the slaves were supposed to get? 2,000 mules, whatever it is.
Yeah, they'll look up 40 mules and get something entirely different.
Right. Wrong movie.
They'll get a pony show from Mexico.
Hugh says you must have halved your guitar collection.
Almost. I went from 38 and I'm down to like 21 now. And I've got 2 more I got to get rid of.
For those who watch the math channel, 19 would be half.
Yeah. I said almost.
No, I know. I wasn't correcting
I thought you were busting my balls.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just saying it as just to let them know that you have 21 and what if we were going to be accurate about. You said almost, so I know I wasn't busting your balls. I could do that on any other sentence you say, but not that one. Speed for Hire got another strike. Yeah, it's funny. I got a strike a couple of months ago for an Eagles song that I posted 4 years ago. Yeah, I'm done too, Jan. I still want to sell this Strat here. If anyone wants a deluxe V Strat with stainless steel frets and the Charlie Christian pickups, it's for sale.
How much?
I'd like to get $1,400 for it.
I wish I had 1,400. That's the one behind you?
Yeah, this one here, the honey.
I
It's
see
honey blonde.
Just show me the maple.
Yeah,
just show me the maple neck.
They don't give
You wanna
those
see it?
Christian pickups away.
Oh, just love
It's
maple
expensive.
neck.
It's honey blonde, otherwise known as the Honey Badger guitar. It doesn't give a shit. Honey Badger.
That's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
But the maple neck makes it sound brighter.
Oh yeah, you need this for when you're doing sessions.
Can you bring also a guitar with Mwenge?
A winged neck, a winged
Nice,
neck, a winged neck.
I don't even know if it's in tune. I'm just fucking playing those. I tell that to my students sometimes. I'm like, it doesn't even matter what you're playing when you're playing fast. People don't know.
No. As long as you start and land on the right note, you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eddie Van Halen, man.
So that's for sale. That's the only guitar I have for sale. And, the other day I was like, I should break out one of my tellies soon. Like, when the fuck am I ever going to play these guitars? I did get hired to play in my electric band in June. And I don't know if my singer can do it, so I will have to bring in another singer. I'm either going to bring it. I'm going to see if Emily can do it, if Jim can't, or if she can't, someone else. But It's too good of a gig.
You Caldwell. When gay makes it sound when gayer. I'm surprised at you, Hugh. I didn't expect that out of you. Didn't expect that out of Hugh.
Out of Hugh?
Yeah.
When gay, right after this drink, sailor. Thank you. Thank you, folks.
Yeah, you still have that telly with the B bender you haven't pulled out in ages.
Oh, I love that guitar, though. That's a great guitar to play. It's a great country guitar. It has a great neck. That has a big fat seat, like a U neck, like the old 51 Nocasters. And yeah, I have the one with the Bigsby, and I have the 2 G&Ls. So, yeah, I mean, I've been, it's like I play this Black Strat now all the time. I haven't even pulled out the one with the Wenge neck in a while. I put that in a case with a Huma pack. Scott Thorson, everyone.
Yeah.
Scott
When
Thorson.
he typed that, I went like this. I didn't even say anything.
Looks like an MJ. You think that looks like an
White.
Ingve? Ingve's vintage white, which is like a yellow guitar.
Yellow. Yeah, it's almost
With
yellowish.
standard pickups. And that has no scalloping, but has jumbo stainless frets. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
Joe,
else?
you posted a picture this week. It was Marvel, and it had all the characters and had Hulk holding up the whatever it was. Do you remember that
That's
picture?
like one of my favorite covers from Marvel Secret Wars.
That Iron Man pose.
Yes, that one I
Yeah.
keep. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's like the Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park pose. Iron Man's laying there like this with his chest out. Like I go, man, that looks like. You got that picture, Joe? Handy?
Oh yeah. Well, if you just go to my profile, it's the picture in the back.
Well, I could grab it and do that, but if you have it more handy. But no, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, I saw that picture, but I was not privy to Iron Man's pose or privy to what Jeff Goldblum looks like when he's
Well, it was hard to.
playing around.
It was hard
That's
to
the
ignore
first
in
time anyone's
Jurassic
ever
Park.
pointed like that out, which is weird.
Yeah, it just like it's a iconic pose in Jurassic Park. It's like, wow, look at my chest. It's like it's a meme online.
Never seen
Yeah,
it.
don't kill yourself over it.
No, I just sent it to Dave on Facebook. Dave is
Yeah.
singing
Oh, you
that
did?
to
Hold
me.
on, let me look. Oh, he did.
Yeah. That's basically the middle of the cover, and the top is the logo and the text. It's like under 500. Well, what's the text was great. I remember seeing that as a kid, and I was like, oh fuck.
Oh, this sucks. It opens it in Photoshop. I forgot I did that. All right, that's fine. Let me go here to StreamYard and go to share screen.
I think most of the
Oh,
chat
here we
will
go.
get this what I'm getting at.
All right, let's see if they get it. Can you see that now?
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. You see Iron Man? Yeah. That's the Jeff Goldblum pose from Jurassic Park. His male model pose, where it was just so painfully obvious. It's like,
Yeah, the entire cover says beneath 150 billion tons stands the Hulk, and he's not happy.
Oh, I see. He's holding up that thing that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
crashing down.
it was called Secret Wars. All Earth's villains and the Earth's heroes were sent to this battle world to fight it out to the death, and the villains put the mountain on top of them, and the only thing that was going to stop them from getting crushed was the Hulk. And at the time, the Hulk had Bruce Banner's brain, so he doesn't get angry as fast. Remember, the whole thing about the Hulk is the angry he gets, the stronger he gets. So you have Reed Richards literally realizes, if I don't piss off the Hulk, we're all going to die. So he's like, Banner, maybe it's not good you got your brains back. The old Hulk would have, and he starts getting fucking pissed, and that's where he's able to hold it up to save him. Eventually, Jeff Goldblum, Iron Man, wakes up and blasts. They're able to blast a hole out of the mountain, and they all get out of there. But that was a great series. That was one of the first of many times Doctor Doom becomes a god.
Yeah. And Hugh is correct. The Hulk is on tonight. I guess we are talking about the Hulk.
Hulk smash. Line 6 DL4 MK 15 legacy delays. 15 Helix Looper with expand. Okay, so new DL line 6.
Yeah, there's DL4 Mark II.
Yeah, there's a looper in it.
I still have the original the original DL4 Mark 1, I guess now. Which I got, I want to say in like 2000 or 2001. It's been a good delay. It's decent.
It's gotten good reviews, I remember.
It's decent. I've gone through a lot of delays. Some delays sound better than others, Not all delays are made the same. I think the DL4 was a good one. The early Line 6 stuff was good. That was like one of the earlier pedals they had. Remember they had all the colors, the DL4, the FM4, the MM4.
Yeah, you had yellow, blue, green.
Yep.
And there was red.
Purple.
Purple.
There was red for distortion, and then the purple one was the filter, was the FM4.
Yeah. And DL4 was green, correct?
Yeah. Yep. I can't remember what the yellow was.
That was Overdrive, maybe?
I think so. I'd have to look them up. Yeah. I mean, Line 6 they're still at it, still in the game. I don't know what's going on with the company, though. Who distributes? It was released in 99. Yeah, I got mine in either 2000 or 2001. Who distributes Line 6 now?
Ooh, I remember they switched over to someone, and I wish I remembered.
Because initially they were self-distributed. Then Command Music, I think, picked them up, and after that, once Fender broke up or disbanded Command, I don't know what the hell happened. Yamaha bought them. Okay.
Yeah, yellow was the distortion modeler.
What was the red then?
Okay, red was...
Was it the amp modeler?
programmable amp modeler. Wow.
Yeah, that was the amp one.
Nowhere.
Okay, yeah, the amp one. Okay. You guys all know Yamaha owns Line 6. I couldn't tell you anything about. I'm so out of the gear stuff. I mean, I buy pedals and whatnot.
Well, I see that being a good thing because Yamaha is a good company. I mean, anything music instruments and stuff I've seen, they've always been solid. Their solid state amps used to be awesome.
Who's this?
Yamaha. Great clean sound on their solid state amps. I mean, distortion sound was what you would expect from a solid state amp. I mean, it was better than most, but it is what it is. But I mean, it had a nice little biting tone to it. But the clean sound, the way it
what
broke
amp are you
up,
talking about?
Oh, geez. They were using it as a stock amp at Berkeley College of Music in the early 80s. It was Yamaha.
The G amps there?
Yeah, G something.
The 4x12 with vintage Celestians. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Have any of you tried the Line 6 Catalyst, says Pete? I have not.
I have no idea what that is.
It's like the...
It's their answer it's Line 6's answer to Katana.
Right.
Okay.
But...
Oh, they better make it at least as good and a little less in price if they want to compete.
Yeah, they didn't kind of do either.
Yeah. It's got an interesting look to it.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah,
I'll never get an
logo
because it looks nice. That happened once. That's my Vox. The
that
Vox
logo is
finally
very
serves
unique.
the purpose now that the fuzz pedal goes into it. It sounds amazing. But other than that, it was like, oh, the son of a bitch. It looks perfect. It looks beautiful. You want to put it in the living room. But other than that, it's like, ugh. Not a decent tone would come. Not even clean, the decent tone would come out of it.
Fractals X9 has a year waiting period.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they're still a small company, but the Axe Effects hear a lot of good things. But the thing is that you can get stuck in analysis paralysis, whatever you want to call it, with that stuff. I mean, you can just do so much deep editing on stuff like that, and it's like just go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's totally not for me.
I'm not a. Yeah, same here. I mean, I got rid of my Zoom pedal, my Zoom G9, and I mean, even that went too far down the rabbit hole for me. It's like I even with my multi effects, I like it to be somewhat intuitive, simple, and just.
I like turning shit on and dialing it in.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I don't like sitting there in the little computer with the when they have the little screens and you have those knobs and it's like, oh, let me bring this. Fuck off.
But when I see a pedal that has like 9 knobs on it, I want to slap someone in the head with it.
Yeah.
Like I love these. I love the there's a lot of these fuzz pedals now the Doom guys make. It's one fucking knob. It's a huge knob. I'm like, oh, that an idiot like me couldn't fuck that one up.
Yeah.
It's one knob. You know?
Yeah, but you know what I don't like? It's like I don't like when you remember when what's his face? Keeley had the 4-knob compressor. Then he also had the 2-knob compressor, but you could utilize the other 2 knobs. You have to take the thing apart and go. And it's like, what? Oh, that's good.
You got to think of it like male anatomy.
Thanks for making me work for Keeley while I fucking set my
one trick
sound.
and 2 balls. Anything more than that, we'd lose our mind, and we still can't figure out what to do with that. So there should never be more than 3 knobs.
Well,
follow that rule. Right? Oh, look, I got 6 dicks. I'd piss all over there, but you'd be painting the walls. You wouldn't know which one. You know, give me one knob. Oh, yeah, I can handle that. Yeah.
You're jacking one, scratching the other.
I'm looking at. I get an email from Guitar Center. Guitar Center welcomes gamma amps, and I'm like, oh, gamma amps, like the whole had gamma radiation. And I'm finally having a chance to look at it today, and I'm like, one thing you gotta. I don't know why they do this. If you don't have an effects loop, get out of here. I think you have to have an effects loop. I've seen amps that are like 100. Those Hot One amps, the little heads, the 5 watters. I have one. I have the Purple Wind, the Jimi Hendrix one. It has an effects loop, and it sounds great when you have it on clean. It sounds great. If
some of the boutique guys, they say it changes the tone.
But a big amp should have an effects loop. What if you want to put delay in
they say
there?
it changes the tone, but does it change it for the better or worse? They never say.
Oh, I agree. I agree with the whole. Every amp should be option to have it. Some of the tone snobs are like, oh no, you gotta, I'm with you. Certain any delay has to go through the effects loop.
I'm only against an effect. I love the effects loop. I'm only against it. Like if I'm just going with dirt pedals and a pedal board into a clean amp, like a twin reverb or something like that, there's no need for an effects loop. There's no need. It's like, and I always look at it this way. If you don't need it, don't have it. It's less that can go wrong. It's just a simple plug and play. So it's like,
because whenever I get a new piece of gear, I manage to make it sound just like my previous. Yeah, that's probably true. What I hate, like I said, is when you watch these pedal reviews and everyone's like, here's the knob at 12 o'clock. Fuck off. Just make the pedal sound good, play so it sounds good, and then I can fucking decide if I want.
No one uses the pedals or anything with anything at 12 o'clock usually. And it's like maybe a couple knobs.
I just don't want to hear the pedal in every possible position. That's not what I need, especially when it's just playing an E chord. I'm like, just make the thing sound good, play a couple of licks that sound good, and I'll tell you if I'm interested in buying it.
Yeah, some of them go over the top.
Here's an E chord. Oh, thanks, buddy.
Especially with, when you're buying a lot of the options with things, there's a term I use. they say too much is never enough, but there's also crippled by choice. You know,
analysis paralysis.
Yeah, it literally. Even
Yeah.
with the programs I use, you can choose between different cabinets. You can choose between different mics. I don't have 100,000 hours.
Yeah.
I want to plug my guitar in. And that's what I loved about the Metallurgy Doom by Line 6. I had a tone coming out of that before I even realized I didn't even turn the virtual pedals on. It sounded fucking amazing. Then with the pedals clicked on, I was like, holy shit, you wouldn't, if I were to make a video and say, what amp am I playing through? I'm telling you, these Doom guys wouldn't know. They'd think, oh, you got a Sun, you got the green mat amp, it's got to be a 4x, one of the 4x12 orange. No, it's a fucking program.
These effects where it's like, oh, you're switching a cab, all it is different EQ settings to emulate the cabinet. It's like, so just leave that out, just put a nice EQ in the system, and then you can figure out how you want it.
Nowadays they get the real cab and they get those real microphones and they do it.
Well, the impulses, yeah.
The impulses.
That's for the digital side of things, yeah.
I was watching a show the other night. I was thinking of Dave because I was cracking up. I was watching the first episode, season 1 of The Unexplained, hosted by.
I don't know it.
It's hosted by Bill Shatner.
No,
Ball game.
Okay.
Unbelievable. How ridiculous is Shatner?
Would you want to spend a night?
Yeah, he looks great for 90.
Yeah, you got to say that. When you hear the man's 90, you look at him, no fucking way. But they say he's always been kind of like a nut health and all that stuff. God bless him if that's what he wants and that's what made him happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why Spock died. He was an avid smoker in his earlier years.
Yeah, and Dr. McCoy was always drinking the mint juleps and the Romulan ale. You don't know what that fucking ale is. If you're not Romulan, how much of that shit before it gets you?
Yep.
Do you have to be Romulan to drink mint juleps?
No, but the Romulan ale is it's illegal. But he had it because of his medical license.
You know what they say about mint juleps? The first is the worst. After that,
I've never had one.
That's true with any alcoholic drink. But yeah, I keep asking this and I keep forgetting. What the hell's a mint julep? It was a cream de mint and whiskey or something.
I forget. Someone look up what it is. It's
every time every time I look it up,
I think it's like a mojito with bourbon, isn't it?
So there's some muddled mint leaves. Mint julep, simple syrup, mint, bourbon, whiskey.
First time I ever heard about it was from that episode of Star Trek where they all get blasted with those plants and they don't want to do nothing but relax. All McCoy wants to do is drink mint juleps, and he reverts to a thick Southern accent.
God damn it! I'm a doctor, not a doctor. Oh, I guess I will do it.
I'm a doctor, not an escalator. I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
Carl Urban made a good Bones in the new Star Trek remake. I like Carl Urban.
He's a great actor, though.
New season of Boys is coming on.
Oh, I can't wait for that. He's great as Billy the Butcher.
It's great.
That show is fucking great. You didn't think they would be able to match the insanity of the comic books, but shit.
That was a comic book?
Oh, The Boys, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought
it was
greatest comic books I've ever read.
Now, have you seen Wrath of Man? The Jason
Not yet.
Statham?
I've got
What is that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's good, Joe. Didn't you watch it already, or you haven't watched it yet?
No, not yet.
It's a Guy Ritchie film with Jason Statham. It's on like Amazon Prime. I thought you would enjoy it.
No,
it's a revenge movie. I like revenge movies.
Death Wish. A lot of stars in the original Death Wish. Denzel Washington played
Jeff
a mugger.
Jeff Goldblum. Someone's ass.
Yep. Now, was that in 1 or 2 that Jeff Goldblum?
Statham. Did I say Statham? No.
Statham.
Whatever.
I think it is.
Ed Stasium.
Ed Stasium, yep. Producer of Living Color. Vivid.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. I enjoyed it. I like his movies.
Yep, same here. Lock,
Although
Stock,
for Guy Ritchie, I thought I meant
Snatch.
Jason. I thought as far as Guy Ritchie goes, it lacked the humor that Guy Ritchie usually has in his movies. It didn't really have the humor, which made it a little slower moving for my taste.
Mhm.
How embarrassing. Is that what he said?
What?
I saw her standing there was McCartney's favorite song.
That was the Rain Man's favorite song. Whatever Dustin Hoffman's character was in Rain Man, I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Overrated movie. I mean, everyone was raving about it. I don't think it was that great of a movie.
Superman is faster than a speeding bullet. Well, how fast is a bullet? 1,500. I mean, a fast bullet would be like 1,500 feet per second out of the gun. Definitely not faster than the speed of light.
Yeah, 186,000 miles per second.
What is it?
And then the Flash Tower.
186,000 miles per second.
And then forget about it.
Wait, so the Flash was faster than the speed of light?
Well, whenever
Then he'd go back in time.
Force, it's
like
that's like some kind of supernatural element all its own. The Speed Force.
actually it's an asymptotic relationship. The closer you get to the speed of light, it slows down, but it doesn't come to a stop. You can never get there. In theory.
That sounds like, for me, that's a fancy word for what? A good night's sleep. I could just never get there.
Yeah.
I keep trying. But I just can't get there.
Well, the faster you go, the heavier you get.
Well, then I must be the
Joe doesn't want to hear that. Joe doesn't want to be the Flash. Then.
Holy shit! I must have been tapped into the Speed Force.
So what's the Flash weigh-in when he's running the speed of light? He's got to be an infinite weight. Jan posted a link to faroutmagazine.co.uk. Must be Paul McCartney's interview there.
The only thing that I know is that if you want to go back in time, you got a slingshot around the sun.
or have Superman fly around the Earth in reverse.
That's dangerous.
That was ridiculous.
Oh, yes, it was.
He must have saw something really good when he checked her out with that, X-ray vision to go turning back time and risking the whole planet.
Yeah, I know. Margot Kidder could be cute, but she wasn't that good looking.
Yeah.
If I could find a way.
Oh, man. So what else is new with everybody?
What'd you say?
What else is new with everybody?
Crowd, what else is new with you? I'll tell you right now. I went last week to last Friday. What was this week? I went to New Hampshire to a place called Twin Cigars, huge humidor. And we hung out on the roof and smoked cigars. It was cool. Nice little place. Too far away for the drive that it was. But yeah, it was fun. That was a good time.
On Saturday night, I pulled out my camping chair, poured myself a daiquiri and a cigar. My truck was right there. I had my legs up on the car and just sat there relaxed. I actually napped a little bit. I was so relaxed.
He poured himself a daiquiri and then complained to himself that he couldn't taste the alcohol.
I only had one daiquiri.
Hey, better than me. I fought ants. And the best thing is when you fight bugs, every little tickle or whatever, you think something's on you. That paranoia.
Oh, yeah, Raymond. He wrote ramen, but I think he's talking into the phone. It's Raymond, yeah. Raymond Babbitt? Was it Babbitt?
I like how you put Raymond.
Yeah,
like,
Babbitt.
No, because he's talking to text.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why.
I know
But
exactly.
was it Raymond Babbitt? Because wasn't Charlie Babbitt their brother?
Yep.
Yeah, and he couldn't. He was too young to say Raymond, so he was calling him Rain Man.
Right.
That's a good movie. I like that movie.
It was enjoyable.
It was good. I just thought it was overrated. I went to go see it. It was all hyped up and didn't live up to it. I mean, Dustin Hoffman was great in it. I mean, playing an autistic guy.
Well, you could always go see Awakenings.
With De Niro and
Oh, he's terrible in it. It was like De Niro's
Yes, it
like,
is.
I can do what Hoffman did. Yeah, no, you can't. You look ridiculous.
There is an unintentionally funny scene in that movie where like he walks across the room and it is just so hilariously bad. You know, he's supposed to be afflicted with something, but the way he did it just. And I was watching and my friend says, "Oh, you're so insensitive." I go, "No, he just sucks."
Ed Dana, I haven't, but I have one in my humidor. Somebody gave me one recently, and I was like, "Thanks." I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if I would smoke it.
Marge Simpson was in that movie too. Julie Kavner played the nurse.
Yeah, it's been a lot of stuff.
Rhoda.
Yeah, she was Brenda on Rhoda.
Mm-hmm. She
But
was Tony Danza's sister on Taxi too.
She's good.
And Reverend Jim was dating her.
Let me see if hold on. A better movie is Brain Man, about the smartest man supposed to be in the world because you're not in the world.
Back in that weird period of time where
You know what?
when you played a character so good, people didn't realize you were playing a character. Everyone thought that guy was really a drug addict.
And which one?
From Taxi.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah. What was the other one though? You ever see Something About Mary? The guy who played Warren.
Yep. I always forget his name. Earl
Brown.
W. Earl Brown. Yeah. And he played Meatloaf in the biopic. And he's been in he was in Deadwood. He played the strong.
Okay, goodbye, Ted.
The hell was that?
Goodbye,
That's
Ted.
Warren. Okay, goodbye,
Oh.
Ted. Hold on, play it again.
Okay, goodbye, Ted.
It's great.
Should bring up a clip of him doing Meatloaf.
Yeah, I have to prepare the clip so I don't have it.
Yeah. I mean, for future. I'm just curious what else he was in. Hang on, W. Earl.
W. Earl Brown.
I know it's prolific, and you know he's a guy when you see him in his different looks, you've seen him somewhere. He's a year older than my brother. Yeah, there is Deadwood. Something About Mary. Yeah, that's right. He was in Black Mass.
Did Mary have a good time when you guys left? How long did you guys stay with Mary there?
We didn't stay that much longer. Probably like around an hour.
Oh, okay. That's a long time.
And I mean, it could have been less, could have been a little more. It wasn't really keeping track.
Well, I'm not putting the screws to you to give me the exact within seconds, but approximate an hour is fine for the conversation.
Yeah.
And then, okay, then you guys just all left?
Yep. And my brother had to meet some friends down in Warwick, and he was going to meet his girlfriend there. So I was going to drop him off, but I decided hanging out there for like an hour around the campfire. Then I went home.
You hung around which campfire? Where your brother went?
Yeah.
So you did drive him?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I drove him there, and his girl he was seeing was going to drive him home.
Oh, okay, good. And Mary had a good time?
Yep.
Good.
It's funny. I hadn't seen her in 30 years or something. I mean, she used to work at this restaurant in Smithfield years ago.
Right. All right. Interesting. But she smoked that chocolate cigar.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I almost want to smoke one of those.
It does smell good, but
Well, now it smokes, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to
Those
leave
may
the
be banned
studio
pretty
for-
soon.
say it again.
I'm going to leave
Those
the
may be
studio.
banned.
I'm
didn't
going to
know which
leave
one.
for a few minutes to put Michael to bed.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go do
I'll
your
be
thing.
back in about 10 minutes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, those may be banned pretty soon for the chat. Flavored cigars, just the swipe of a pen, all flavored cigars are going to be banned. That and menthol cigarettes. Thank you, Nanny State.
Any country.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the nanny state of nanny country. Yeah.
All right, what else is on the agenda?
Elroy.
Anybody else
From,
have any thing to discuss or bring up? Because I'll tell you right now, I'm hungry and I could end this thing at 10:30. Just like that. Never go full retard. That is in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. That's a good movie.
Ooh, Hugh, am I proud of you, buddy? That's now. Are you going to do all the vocal? Who's doing the vocals? Because I want to hear all those harmonies. A man's been gone nigh on a year. He was due home. Yes. Oh, great tune. It's my favorite of the early Who songs. I think my favorite Who song is Had Enough off of Who Are You?
Jeez, if I had a favorite Who song, I like some songs. It's not Behind Blue Eyes, that's for sure.
Oh, I hate that
fucking
song.
I will say Love Reign Over Me is a good song.
Hey, Jay
not sure how you feel
Santiago,
about
if you're
that.
going to tell terrible jokes, make sure that Ed Dana hasn't already said it 3 times.
What did he say?
My favorite cigar is It's a Boy. Ed's been saying that joke.
Yeah, I think he said it
It's his
earlier.
He did say it earlier, and it's his go-to joke. I'm just busting on you, Jay, but Ed loves that joke.
Yeah, so, hey, Ed, do you have any adventures with Instapot cooking lately? I know I've subscribed to you, Ed, but you don't pop up in my stream.
Because Ed has you
in my
blocked.
subscription.
I'm joking.
Yeah, he blocked me.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want fucking Krellbot watching my shit. Creepy fuck.
He's going to criticize my cooking.
That fucking creepy motherfucker.
Well, I don't have the Instapot anymore. I lost that in the divorce.
Did really?
Yeah.
You got an oven though, right?
Yeah, I've got an oven. I've got my air fryer.
I don't mind. Kids Are Right's a good tune. Substitute's a good song. There's just a couple of things like about the Who that I never cared for, and a lot of it has to do with the lyrics. Ed Dana posted a video on pork chops and apple chops.
What the hell's going on with knowing YouTube? Maybe I'm not subscribed to him anymore.
Pork chops and apple chops.
Apple sauce. Let's see, Ed Dana. What the hell? Yeah, I'm not subscribed to you, Ed. Sorry about that. I'm subscribed to you again. This shit happens.
Look at that, Ed. Look at that. You come on the show, talk in the chat, you get a sub.
Yep.
Really? Like I can see for miles? Like Keith Moon?
I used to like See for Miles when I was younger, but it kind of grates on me now. Oh God, they got bad things to do with their time than testify about fucking UFOs right now.
There's a guy. Who's the guy who has the channel? I forget his name, but he debunks the fucking military one where they're talking about like, oh, this is something, and the guy's like, it's a fucking bird, and he shows like he's a scientist, and he's like, you got all these fucking guys hopped up on shit fucking flying. They're like, oh my God, what's that? It's
the bright, shiny thing to distract us. That's what it is.
I know you deceived me. Now here's a surprise. I don't care what you guys like. I recommended a quick one, and Hugh's going to do it. Her man's been gone for nigh on a year. He was due home yesterday, but he ain't here. Her man's been gone nigh on a year. He was due home yesterday. I love that tune, Hugh. And I like that one that we talked about, the Rock and Roll Circus from The Kids Are All Right. Yeah. Yeah. The last thing I need to watch is UFOs. I won't even watch UFO the band.
You know, I never got into that. I got into Michael Schenker because my friend Steve got a bunch of
Yeah, I like
albums from him.
MSG.
It's like,
But you know what I heard today on the radio? It was played for a long time. They play it on Ozzy's Boneyard all the time. Doctor, Doctor.
That's not.
I heard two today in the gym. Doctor, Doctor, and I heard Rock Bottom. And Rock Bottom, it's like, what the hell? Like, I'm like, okay, the verses are okay. Then you get to the chorus. Rock bottom, rock bottom, rock. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, what?
Rock Bottom sounds like a bar band writing a cover tune in the 80s, basically. You go see an original tune. I'm sorry. You go see an original band doing an original tune, like in mid 80s, trying to write thing, and it sounds like rock, that type of song, Rock Bottom.
Yeah. So Cheech, my friend Rose came down. Rose, I met through some friends that I went to school with growing up, and she hired Jim and I to play maybe 3 or 4 years ago for her dad's birthday party. So we played the party. Well, she messaged me out of the blue saying, was I playing in Plymouth on Saturday? I said, yeah, and told her what time. So she came down with a girlfriend and went to some bar, and then afterwards dragged everybody from that bar, like convinced everybody in that bar to come to this bar. So she brought like 30 girls. There must have been 10 dudes. It was great. We had a great show that night, Cheech. That's why. And what happened was there was a party that played, that was sitting in the table that we play in front of, that got sat and took their time eating. So we started late. I mean, I didn't start filming till like 9:45. We didn't start playing till like 10 of 10. So I was like, let's just play as long as we can play to keep everybody in the bar. We played up until about 11:45. And then we got back on at 12 and played 12 to 12:30. But yeah, it was a nice, a big crowd, you know.
Hugh says MSG makes everything taste better. Yes, it does. I've got a bunch of that.
Yeah, it's just terrible for you, though.
Yeah, well, a little goes a long way.
Well, it's terrible for if you're trying to lose weight, it's terrible. Yeah, otherwise, the reason that they pulled it years ago was it gave people headaches and all that. That's bullshit.
Overuse of it will have some effect.
But it was good.
Because when I used to hit the Chinese buffets when I was a teenager, I would leave that and my head felt like it was going to explode, right? I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, but what makes you think you still don't know what it is?
No, it's because there's a difference between using MSG and saturating everything with MSG. Those buffets, it's a preservative. The buffets used to put a ton in because it let the food sit there longer. So I believe some people have side effects from it in certain amounts, but it was overhyped.
Well, it's been disproven, so I would say no. But however, the food.
Well, you're talking about that bullshit episode of Penn and Teller where they did it.
No, I'm not.
Well, I know they did it on there. They said they did.
All right, but I'm not talking about that, and I didn't even see it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking about studies that have been done, actual doctor studies in New England Journal of Medicine that went back and said the person who initially came out with the stuff about it wasn't even a doctor.
Yeah, I'm just going by my personal experience.
Right, but then they basically said the reason why people get sick when they go to a Chinese restaurant has more to do with what else they're putting in their food, not the MSG. So when someone's like, oh, it's got to be true because I got sick from MSG, how the fuck do you know they're putting so much shit in that food? You have no fucking idea what the hell you're eating.
You know what? I didn't get sick. It felt like I was burning up.
Yeah, well, they put they got enough salt in there to choke a horse. They're putting that fucking, what's that red stuff?
Aso sauce.
Aso. I mean, that shit comes out there. It's like you're eating putty. I don't know what the hell that shit is. How can that?
Aso.
My third year is natural. Chinese buffet is a dangerous thing. Thought I saw a new name in there. Uncle Roger won't like this talk. That's when everyone likes strangers, and then they don't like students because they're boring. Because in the live versions, it's just shank shit. Yeah. I don't mind Chinese food. I have a very high tolerance to it. My point is, I mean, if you want to talk about people's eating habits, I always get a kick out of people that tell me what they're sensitive to, and then they eat a ton of other shit that's 10 times worse and harder on your system, but that they're not complaining about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they'll sit there and eat pasta, sauces. They take 500 pounds of butter and put it on bread. They eat more garbage into their system, and then they go, oh, my stomach hurts. I think I have a gluten allergy. Yeah, that's gluten, buddy. Tell me when you go take a shit, what coming out of that is gluten. You are just absolutely poisoning yourself.
Yeah, me and some buddies went out some years ago, get some wieners. And so my buddy orders 4 gaggers, right? The wieners with the meat sauce and onions, all that stuff. And he orders this big piece of Boston cream pie. And then we basically got the gaggers and some French fries. And then we order Cokes, and he orders water. And it's like, water? And he was dead serious. He says, no, Coca-Cola, that'll eat your stomach out.
Right. Yeah.
It's like,
4,000 fucking milligrams of nitrates. The Coke's going to do the damage.
Topped off with a big Boston cream pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a video.
Again, little goes a long way.
I don't know if you ever watch Guga, but Guga does a thing where they put MSG on everything because they do a test if does MSG taste better on everything, and they put it in everything, and it's really cool to watch the reactions from it. Yeah, I was talking more from what an insulin, if you're trying to stay fit or you're trying to stay lean and you eat it, it really gets your body jacked on insulin, which stores everything as fat. So if you want to get fat, eat MSG. That's what I was saying, why it's not good for you. But as far as what it does to your head, it does nothing. I mean, you know what your head's going to hurt if you're susceptible to high blood pressure and you're eating a lot of salt and preservatives? Yeah, it might do it.
What they say went with MSG and what didn't go with MSG? I'm just curious because
it's Guga Foods, Guga, and it's just MSG on everything. But it was like they put it on chocolate. Have you seen that video?
No, but I know some people think MSG goes into everything.
Yeah.
Dana, if you buy
it on Amazon,
yeah,
you get right off
Amazon.
Amazon.
Accent, or if you go to an Asian market, they've got a bag of it.
Yeah,
there you just throw in a container.
But you can buy it anywhere called Accent. Any supermarket sells Accent in the spice rack.
If you ever want to see something funny, look on YouTube. Look up Uncle Roger. He's an Asian comedian, but he does like an exaggerated, like old Chinese character. Somebody just brought him up.
Yeah, that's
no
Uncle
MSG.
Roger. Okay.
Put MSG. It's hysterical.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the Google Sports one. Hannah Baum is saying yes.
Yeah, Hannah Baum said, "I bet you did, Krell." What's that referring to? I can't remember.
I had to stop and go to war. This has been my best friend. Get everyone, if you have to deal with bugs, get this. It's an empty spray bottle. You fill it with isopropyl alcohol. One shot, they're fucking dead.
And you can light them on fire.
You don't kill yourself because you could put this on your skin. It's not like the chemicals that are going to murder you.
Right.
I used to get
in the chat. I just posted that link for the guy that puts MSG on everything. Guga Foods.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me open that.
It's a good watch. It's interesting.
Is it a joke or is he just doing it for real though?
No, he's doing it for real because I think he plays a clip of the guy who does. He plays a clip of an Asian guy going, "MSG is better on everything," and so he goes, "Well, let's try it."
Oh God!
And he's surprised because he puts it on like some stuff, and he's like, "Ooh, it doesn't work on that," but it does work on other things.
I find that in tomato-based stuff,
Uncle
it doesn't
Roger.
work very well.
That's Uncle Roger in the bit. That guy in the orange shirt. That's Uncle Roger.
Okay, yeah, that's who starts the clip. Yeah,
yeah. Watch his original videos are hysterical.
Yeah,
you have no MSG. If you have bad life, you get MSG. Yeah, it is hysterical. And he's met some of the actual chefs he's roasted, and those videos are funny too. He was watching this one woman make fried rice. And the rice isn't even done. She goes, okay, now it's time to rinse the rice. He goes, rinse the rice. And I'm watching this with a friend on through Zoom, and we're like, what the fuck is she doing? How are you a chef on a news show? You don't rinse rice.
Exactly.
You cook it till the water's gone. Yeah. Sprinkle
I've seen
MSG
that.
and you'll be promoted to maybe that's my problem. I got to go back in the kitchen. Forget about this. I need to start sprinkling MSG on these ants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch that MSG thing, what works on it and stuff. That's it. On chocolate, I bet you chocolate probably works.
Yeah, there were some things
Like
that
salted
didn't.
chocolate,
It might have been
sure.
something fruity. I can't remember. And some fruit
Doesn't
it worked
sound-
really good on.
Yeah, well, what that is, it's an umami flavor. It's like a seaweed. So that can only work with so many things.
Dave, homemade
Yeah.
lemonade.
Now let me
Lemonade?
ask you, what's in your homemade? And I'm going to tell everybody here. I've lately switched to just drinking homemade lemonade, if you will. When I eat at my dinner table, I have a water pitcher with just cut lemons, and it's just lemon water. However, when I go to the gym or when I'm drinking in my room, I drink homemade lemonade. Now, how are you making yours?
I just threw this together before running back here. Up to this point, I put lemon juice, cold water, and 4 packets of the Truvia. Then shake it up.
It's excellent.
Freaking delicious.
Same exact. I use
No
equal-
calories, no carbs.
and it stops your body from secreting insulin when you do eat.
And
it'll
that's
keep
why
you-
I started, because I think I was having some gallbladder problems. And I
It'll
read the
clear.
lemon juice was good, and they calmed my ass down.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It also
like
makes it so
everything.
you never feel bloated, even no matter what you eat. So I've been doing that myself. I have lemon juice. I add water and a little equal. The one downstairs, I just drink lemon water. And today, I put 2 lemons in a blender and made a shake. It's just 2 lemons with a little bit of ice water and some equal. Now, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to lie. It was the hardest fucking thing to choke down because it is so tart. But it's supposed to be unbelievable for you.
Now, let me ask you
Yeah.
a question.
Just
But-
before we get too far off, is this still about the lemon water? I just want to say, if you use apple cider vinegar too with the lemon and the sweetener, and you put some cinnamon in, you get the apple pie and thing. I can't remember what the ratios are. You have to look it up, but it's really good.
Horatio Sands. All right.
Sorry about
Go
that,
on,
Joe.
Joe.
Continue.
Now, as
Also,
I say-
Krell.
Yeah.
You're moving your mic around to follow your mouth. It's like you sound like you're eating it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just can't get comfortable tonight. My ass hurts.
Yeah. All right.
Eh,
That's
we
better
won't
wherever
get
it
to
is
that.
now. Keep it at no, now you just pulled it closer. When you had it a
Oh,
little bit
okay.
distant, it's there you because it's all but there you go. Talk.
Hello.
All right, that's better. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just gonna, after there's all the talk about the lemon water, I was gonna say, you ever take a jelly donut, you stuck out there, because it sounded like we the 3 of us were starting to sound like that. You have that clip?
Yeah, we keep
I-
adding more
you
to
know,
it.
I used to have it. I don't know where the hell it
Yeah.
went.
That's a great clip.
Get
Elroy
the
Shredder,
honey.
you're right. I
It's
really,
lemon
I'm-
water.
I'm-
Then it's lemon water and
sprinkled-
equal.
I sprinkled carpet fresh all over, thinking, man, they don't like the scents and stuff. They don't give a F.
Yeah.
Pledge.
Too much carbonated water isn't bad for you. I mean, carbonated soda is not really bad for you as long as it doesn't have phosphoric acid, because that's just goes after your teeth. But I mean, for the most part, if it's just like this is a carbonated drink that I keep in this room only, and
Well,
I
now,
bring
what
these
is
out
that?
to I bring them out to my gigs also, and when I
yeah,
smoke
yeah.
a cigarette. So this is 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 caffeine, 0 sodium. It's basically like just carbonated flavored water, which is fine. But for the most part, I'm drinking my homemade lemonade or my lemon water.
See,
Um,
Now, I've been
and-
thinking about trying the homemade lemonade using seltzer water, so it's almost like a lemonade soda. But you call Target, you got seltzer water? No, they don't have seltzer water. What? How do you not have a big bottle of
That's
seltzer
weird.
water?
I would
They-
go like
that score is
Walmart
really
doesn't
good.
really have that much either. Usually you gotta go like a
Publix
Stop and
has
Shop.
Publix has like the greatest selection of anything you want for when it comes to water.
Market Basket has a lot.
I tell you, when I worked for Albertsons, was it? Yeah, Albertsons. I worked there one night.
Jack Albertson.
They'll
just
tell
the-
you
the
the
market.
biggest seller in the store is the water. That's where they get all their profit. And you always have to keep that stock. That was the first thing they taught us. And if that's true for one store, that's true, especially down here. You can't drink the shit that comes out of this tap.
Yeah.
Get a Brita.
I wouldn't throw that on the Abomination to help Hulk in a fight.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know what your weight is at right now, Joe?
No, I haven't even checked in a while. I got to get back.
You've been
to my
looking
fasting.
smaller. I have to tell you do look
Do
smaller.
I?
Yeah.
Well, I finally got back. I'm not really. I haven't cut everything back, but I'm pretty much really just high protein, low carb. So
Yeah.
I'm feeling better.
Good.
One week I was hitting the damn ice cream and I almost blew open the wrong way. And I swear God pulled me back because it's 2022 has been kicking my balls up over my head.
Mhm.
So, but look, hey, still sober, homemade lemonade, no vodka in it.
I'm telling you, Joe, the blender ice cream, you got to try that. It's like it's a good substitute. It's not going to be exactly like ice cream, but you have a whole blender full and it's 200 calories and it
How
fills
about
you
just
up.
don't eat ice cream?
Blender ice cream? What is
Why
blender
can't
ice
you enjoy
cream?
something? It's basically protein powder, a nut milk, ice, and pudding mix.
Now you're
And,
echoey.
Yeah, I hear that too. Hello. I don't hear it now. Must be StreamYard.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you
anyways-
couldn't find the clip?
No, I don't have it. I don't have it.
So
in here.
you're
I can
done
see
with
all the
Columbo?
clips in front of me.
What are you watching on Tubi now?
Columbo. I'm back.
Oh,
Maud has 2 more seasons.
This last night I went to sleep to season 1. When I woke up this morning, it was on the last episode of season 1 with a guy, Patrick. What's his name? Patrick something. He wants to bury the body in the building. The Texan.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm down to 205.
awesome.
And I got 15 to go. But I've been feeling like in the best shape of my life. Like I feel so healthy these days. It's just a great feeling. And so I've been loving it. That's why I would say like when you talk about ice cream, like I don't crave that kind of stuff. I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Inside, I'm a fat guy. I could sit there and eat, let me tell you, Hostess cupcakes, you know those orange ones?
Yeah.
If
love
there was
those.
a contest to eat as many, I could eat 1,000,000 of them. I love those fucking things. But do I eat them now? No. Why? Because I'd rather like what I see when I look in the mirror more than I like the taste of that food.
Exactly.
And it's just a discipline. You just got to do it with discipline. No, it wasn't Patrick McGowan. McGowan's not
McNee?
in that one.
McNee?
Patrick O'Neill, I think his name is.
Columbo.
Patrick O'Neill. If I'm not mistaken, he's in 2 episodes.
How about you try one of quality for a change?
Great episode. Great episode. So anyway, so that's kind of like where I'm at. Like I just think, like I don't need it. And I stopped doing cheat meals on Sundays. You know what I mean? Because hey Lenny, because yeah, I just, like the cheat meal we did before, the last one I did, I felt like shit on a Sunday. I'm sitting there smoking a cigar and I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. Like, this is not a good feeling. I want to take a nap.
Something. One thing I learn a little bit each time. Those cheat meals and cheat days, they're bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
agreed.
opening yourself up to it's like let me put a crack in the walls of the dam.
Right.
Right? Why invite the fucking vampire in to get your blood? Fuck him.
Yeah, I agree.
You
I
know?
agree. And I feel like yesterday, so there was no cheat meal. The week before, no cheat meal.
Yep.
And I feel fantastic.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, even with the level of exercise I had to put in, moving stuff and all that, and with barely any sleep, I couldn't have done it unless I was doing the low carb thing.
yeah.
Yeah. You sleep better, you feel better, mentally you're better. Yeah, it's just better all around. And then they're going to take away the meat and give us this ultra processed plant-based bullshit.
So you know what I did was I bought this stuff called GABA. It's some pill, and it says it's like some amino acid. Will you look it up for me?
Yeah.
GABA?
No, just GABA. It says take. I agree, Andy. Totally.
500 milligrams.
GABA uses and risks. The WebMD.
That's
I love South Park.
improve mood, anxiety.
So I took 2 pills last night before going to bed. I'm like, I'll take it 2 hours before I go to sleep. I took 2. I was out in about 15 minutes. It knocked me out.
Damn.
And I woke up on less sleep and felt better. I was like, oh my God, I feel great. And I killed it in the gym today. Cardio, I crushed. I took one before cardio, before I did the gym.
Yep,
So
you
I
can get
used
it
to
naturally.
I used to do the branch chain powder amino acids as well, Andy. And I got to tell you, when I switched to lemon water, I felt a hell of a lot better.
All right, but be
And I
careful with this
watched
GABA.
Dr. Berg's video on branch chain amino acids and the necessary and how much you use of it and everything. And I weighed out with how much protein I'm taking and everything else. And I'm like, I think I'm getting it in my food. But I used to use that stuff. What is it called? It's called Extend. And I used to get the blue rat, not Extends, but Extend, the blue
I was
raspberry
going to
ice.
nail you on that one.
Yeah.
Those are Ron Jeremy commercials in
Oh,
3 in the morning.
No, it's called Extend. I'm sure that's what Andy uses or some similar to that. Walmart has a knockoff. I mean, they're good.
That's why he was tired. All the blood it got out of his head. You young extends. But
Yeah,
no,
friggin'
Dave,
walking
be careful
tripod.
because I say over here, GABA's not tested. And if you're breastfeeding, I know you're all over those tits. So, you don't want to take,
Right.
don't be drinking the milk from someone who's all over the GABA.
Well, everything that's a supplement, they'll have that disclaimer because it hasn't been tested. It's because they don't want to test it. The FDA.
Well, they
is
don't.
not
They
gonna
don't have to
test
test it. It's an
exactly.
Extend is no, the only one that has the caffeine is Extend Sport. The regular Extend doesn't have the caffeine. I like the caffeine one. It's the red one. The fruit punch. It has the red cap on it. It's called no, it's not a sport. It's energy. What is it? It's called Extend Energy, I think, has the caffeine. The regular Extend doesn't. But yeah, like I said, I switched everything to lemon water and I feel so much better. I mean, today was like it was my odd chest day. Today was the day I just do cable extensions and then machine extensions. I mean, cable flies and machine flies.
Can you approximate those with resistance bands? Effectively, you
It
think?
depends on how many resistance bands you have. I mean, I'm moving
Oh, of
a
course.
lot of weight
I
at
mean,
the time.
Yeah, it would have to be a high resistance band, but
And then I did an hour of cardio, 650 something calories. I mean, I was a pool of water when I left there, but like I said, it's a discipline because, and I'll say this, when Joe, if we talk about Joe for a minute, like he's not in the room, when Joe decided he was going to go sober and Joe decided he was going to lose weight, Joe was motivated. Let me tell you, his motivation ended the day he started. After that motivation on your first day of fucking not doing it, now it's discipline. There's a whole other fucking animal that takes it to keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Motivation ain't going to do it for you. You may be motivated to start. Once you start, like when I get on that treadmill every day, I'm like, oh, motherfucker, I don't want to do this. But the discipline tells me, get the fuck on there and get the hour out. And so I do.
But that's like, imagine you're in a pool or in the ocean. Like you decide, well, I'm not just going to drown, but then you got to swim.
Right. That's right.
You make the decision not to drown and to live, and then it's swimming after that.
Then you have to perform.
Yeah,
then
you
you have to
move.
Yeah.
And the thing
And
is,
so that's
because if you don't keep swimming, guess what? You start to sink again.
Yeah. It's a struggle, man. I'm telling you, like, even just to do what I do, even just because I wanted to, yeah, totally, Andy. If you, just to do what I do, as far as like just keeping at it 5 days a week, cardio, 5 days a week. Tomorrow's back day. And it's like already I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that exercise, but I got to do it because today's I alternate days. You have to have the discipline to be like, just get the fuck in there and do it. So I do it.
Because, the thing is, and I used to do, I don't know if I ever said this. I used to walk 16 miles a day. I used to do 8 in the morning, 8 at night. And I do it every single day. If it was rain, whatever, I do it. And when you miss a day, you're more at risk of missing another. It's so easy to lose your momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, once again, using the swimming analogy to get back to the surface takes a lot of effort. You know, you get discouraged easy. Keep moving.
I actually think 16 miles a day might be a little over.
I was in high school, college. I was, I had lost all the weight for the first time.
And
it's difficult to maintain because it takes up a lot of time.
On Andy,
no, it actually it took about an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes. I had it down to an hour and 15 minutes was my fastest
for 8 miles.
Yeah,
that's good. That's it. That's a fast paced walk.
Well, yeah. When I had hair metal, Dr. Feelgood, Skid Row.
That's almost like a light jog.
Black Sabbath. It is a jog. Yeah,
I would pass joggers sometimes with my walking.
Andy, the thing I always find is people overtrain, especially when I'm in the gym and I'll go in and do chest and then I'll be done and I'll go on the treadmill and an hour later I'm still watching guys work out chest and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And then, when you see that all the time too, it's like you look at them after like 6 months and they never change.
Yeah.
Rest is really important in that. And for me, cardio too, because I'm not doing cardio nearly to burn fat. I just want, watching my dad deteriorate. I just want to make sure that my heart's good.
Yeah.
So I'm doing everything I can to keep my heart going,
now you were doing 2 hours a day, right? A cardio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that may be overdoing it. Yeah.
That was more for my head than it was for my body. But it was also at the same time, I was fighting a thyroid issue that I wasn't 100% aware how bad it was, but I wasn't losing any weight doing 2 hours of cardio. I was stuck at 215. Once I changed the thyroid medication, then I went to 1 hour and I'm losing again. But I'm also putting on like a lot of muscle, so it's like, I can't even look at the scale right now because I'm in 205 now for the past like 3-4 weeks. Because every time I go down, I go up. I go down to 205, then I go to 210. Down to 207, 208, 204. It's been crazy.
Yeah, that was a mistake I made last year. I think I overtrained and I did way too much cardio. But to get my heart rate up is difficult.
Yeah. Well, until you start doing it. Like I said, I couldn't get my heart rate over 130 for the first 7 months of training on doing cardio. I couldn't get past 7. Now I'm up to 150.
And my heart rate goes up. That's the right rate for your age range too. That's
well, it depends on what you're doing it for. If you're doing it for weight loss, then you should keep it at 130. You shouldn't even have to go higher. But if you're doing it for cardio health, then getting it up there is good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, Andy, back in the day when I was living in Los Angeles, I used to get my body fat tested all the time. My like 10% or 11% was where I used to have it quite a bit. It was low. Now, now I use a scale that does it, but it's all wrong. It's high. But when I get I'll get it checked. I'll do the water tank one when I get my when I get shredded. 15 pounds. When I'm down on 190, I'll get my body fat tested.
Even the DEXA scan they say isn't that accurate too. So yeah, the water.
Oh, you got to do the water. Yeah. Yeah, yours was probably pretty low, Andy, because you're like a lean guy. Yeah. Yeah, well, I hopefully think I'm doing both because I know I'm doing a lot of stuff to lose weight. Like when I'm done with this show, I have a piece of salmon that I've put Cajun spices on, a couple of things of butter, and then it goes broiling in the thing, and that's what I'm just going to eat. It's got fat, it's got protein, no carbs, but I'll probably have some romaine lettuce with it, maybe a little Caesar, and that'll be my meal. But yeah, For me, and it's also like for me, because I'm 54 now, like I'm trying to get back some of my old strength. So some of the stuff I feel weak on, some of the stuff, like I'm 5 pounds away from where I want to be curling arms, but I'm probably like 30 pounds away from where I want to be chest pressing. And it just, it does a number on you, man. It's like, fuck, how come I can't lift this when I used to be able to? The other day? What do you mean the other day? How about right now? There's the yellow.
Ed Dana's checking you out, Dave.
I hope so.
He was doing a lot of walking.
Eating
Ruby
before bed isn't
Stapling.
good, though, is it, Dave? Well, I mean, it depends on what you're eating before bed.
Yeah. Who is she?
No, but it depends on what you eat. I mean, if you're going to sit there and say, I'm eating before bed, what are you eating? 5 chocolate cream pies. You know, that's not good.
And blueberry pie.
Exactly.
Sesame Street.
Right. Or, yeah, exactly. But I mean, if you're eating like, I'm going to go downstairs. If you like, let's say you're going to bed and you just want to put 3 pieces of roast beef in your mouth, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
You'd be fine. But I mean, are you going to bed that second? Just because you get into bed.
Yeah, it's good not to lay down.
Totally,
if,
Andy.
It's also a personal thing.
Just
Can your
it.
stomach take it? Some people, if they go lay down right afterwards, it's not so good.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Exactly. To me, it's
Yeah.
like when you go to bed, are you going to sleep that minute? You usually watch TV.
Yeah, it's about
I
laying
had a
down.
friend of mine who was a bodybuilder. He was so ripped and lean that he would set his alarm for like 3 a.m. He would go to bed at 8 or 9, set his alarm for 3 and wake up and do a protein shake and then go back to sleep for the rest of the night. Just because he was burning so much.
Yeah, whenever you see guys like,
Oh, really?
Like,
All right.
like when, like on Instagram, when The Rock shows you what he eats for the day, what? That would kill me. That's like a month for me, and even at my size,
Yeah.
I eat
Eating
20
strange
dozen
stuff
eggs.
or-
Then I eat all the chickens that laid the 20 dozen eggs.
Wait, so
Then they
Hugh,
lay eggs inside of me.
you are prepping for this walk? I just saw Hugh says he's doing a lot of walking. Hold on. Hugh says, me too, I'm doing a lot of walking at Ed Dana. And then he says he stopped eating bread. Now, Hugh, are you down weight? I think you are down weight, aren't you? I just want to know that this 100-mile walk is going to materialize.
Well, there's the extends, Hugh.
Yeah. My buddy is Dwayne's trainer at Gold's in Venice.
My snack is ham and pineapple juice. Delicious.
Oh, wow. Hugh lost 26 pounds.
Beautiful. That's
Wow.
great.
Gonna have
Now,
to come
what
on
is
the
the
show and
issue?
flex.
Let me ask
What's
you a
been-
question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I just want to know what's been giving him the issue that he's like, because that last couple of times he says he hasn't been feeling good. He's been laying down.
Are you eating something like that's? Are you allergic to anything?
Or is it helium balloons you're holding on to before you step on the scale?
Yeah.
Giant helium balloons to take 26 pounds off it. Later, Lenny. Thanks so much. Lenny, we got to get together soon.
You know, we were on the same track, but my version
bad
of the
back.
joke was going to be my version of the joke was going to be, is that how much the dog weighed, Hugh? Are you going to put up posters? There we go. Hey, at least we had jokes.
Yes.
I'm letting you guys handle it.
You know what I find also that's helped me.
Hugh, what's wrong with your back? It's curious. And do you need some ibuprofen? I'm joking. Yeah.
My exercise program is a tootie-ta, tootie-ta, tootie-ta-ta.
What is
See that aggravating commercial?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. I'm never going to mention it then. Maybe if you in the chat know it.
I'm never gonna mention it.
It's on Pluto TV all the time. It's one of those aggravating commercials that they play over and over, sometimes back to back.
I never heard it.
I had
Toxic.
Pluto on last night for 10 minutes. That new Star Trek show was on. What Strange New World, whatever it's called. The one that's with Captain Pike and Spock and before Kirk.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes, I'm like, come on, man. Just stop.
Okay, what was wrong with it?
It just
Woke?
no, it's just it's not needed.
Right.
Stop trying to make money off of something that you can never improve upon. Just that's why I love Next Generation. It was its own little thing. Yeah, there was the history there. They did their own thing, and when they got past those first few seasons, it was one of the best shows you've ever seen. I love Deep Space Nine for the same thing.
Gotcha.
How about
I don't
Babylon
think
5?
Voyager ever really found its space, no pun intended. But
Which is the one with Jerry Ryan in it?
that's Voyager. She was
That's
7
a
of
good-
9.
That's a good one.
It
Not
wasn't
6 of 9?
as good as the other stuff, but it was all right. It was watchable.
Yeah.
That show spent way too much time on the fucking holodeck. You know, guys, you got to watch her going getting advice from fucking 3D Da Vinci every 2 minutes. Right? Then the what's his name falls in love with the holodeck character, and the holodeck character doesn't want him. How do you create a fake character and then it's like your blow up doll won't fuck you? How lame are you that your blow up doll ran away? Right?
Now, which is the one with LeVar Burton?
That's
was
Next Generation.
Next Generation.
Okay. I don't
Was
know
the
any
one-
of them. Which is the one with
5 was another one.
Shatner?
Oh, come on, that's the original series.
I know. I have no idea. I never watched any of it.
Yeah, I was never a big Star Trek guy.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, what else do we got? We got less than 10 minutes, folks. 8 minutes. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, I'm thinking 2 hours is great. I
agree. After I talked
I
about
wasn't
that
going to
salmon,
miss it tonight.
yeah,
I'm dead tired. You could probably look at me and say Joe is not pretty, and the thing is also Monday's always rough. You're back to work.
yeah.
I sit in this fucking chair for 9 hours and then to sit here for another couple. But I love the show. That's why
Thank
I'm
you.
here. You know,
Yep.
danger.
I thought you were gonna say
Robinson,
this.
Danger.
I said good day.
Classic
It was great.
music talk. Nah,
Yeah.
there's no
Here
music talk
we're gonna
tonight.
we're gonna go back to guitar talk for 10 seconds. This is a guitar. There
Look
we
how
go.
little it is.
It is, but I know, and on me it gets lost. But one thing I don't like, the back plate was so thin. I almost put my thumb. You could always push your finger through it over here. So come on.
Really?
Other than that, it's not terrible,
What's it made of cardboard?
right? It's not
It's interesting.
terrible. I'm gonna really give it a. Yeah, fuck. That's my headset for work, but that one broke anyway. I'm gonna
All right,
give it,
I'll-
some more. See if I get it going. See if I like it or not. Because as a guitar itself, I like to be able to just grab something that's lightweight. You know,
Now, how much
Yeah.
of the MIDI capabilities have you been able to use off of it?
well,
He hasn't been able to use any of it, right?
not
Because
really
it's
any
software.
of
So
it.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think my
it's-
problem is, I'm trying to use it when I've got 20 browsers and 500 tabs open, and the audio resources being used by this video over here, that video over there. You know,
I will say that you may not want to give up on it until you actually try that portion of it. Because, I mean, playing piano on guitar is very fun.
well, that's what I've only really tried. I haven't plugged it in to even try the guitar part yet, the pickup parts.
if anyone's going to also complain that the show's not 3 hours and only 2 hours, it was because earlier I called Joe and I said, Joe, do you want to do 3 hours? And here was his response.
No.
I love that. I love Roger. All right.
you know,
Anything
it's
else?
like 3
Last
hours
words for
last
the good
week.
gents. Anyone? Last words for the guys?
We're wrapping it up.
Eh,
Everyone
Yeah, let's
else,
wrap
how's
it.
everyone
Always-
in
always
chat doing?
fun.
Any new
Always
gear,
good story.
anybody?
you're barking up the wrong tree.
I know, especially now with things getting worse. I don't think a lot of people are going to be getting new gear. I'm
People are
starting to
still
see
buying.
videos that the pedal market is dead. Is this true?
I went to the funeral last week. No, I have no idea. I mean, I don't. I mean, I haven't bought anything. They what pedals for synth sounds on a guitar?
I
would
think
have no
that
idea.
Boss Psy, what, 300? I looked at that a couple of times.
I have no.
The
I
market's
have no
dropping
idea.
out. The prices will come down, but the prices are as high as ever on.
Doesn't
used-
Electro Harmonics have a pedal that does synth sounds?
Yes, the oh god, and it sounds good. They does like mellotrons and oh, what the hell is it called?
No, that's keyboard sounds. I mean synth sounds.
Okay,
I know the Boss has got that SY1 synthesizer pedal.
That's
say
why-
MXR,
5-star review.
No, I said EHX.
EHX. Oh, okay,
Oh, he's Danny has a
171
TC.
synth sounds, 128 presets.
Really?
microsynth.
That's not
Well,
bad.
the synth
$239 for that.
Is it the microsynth, Dave?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Is it Electro Harmonics?
Yep. Microsynthesizer analog guitar microsynth pedal. There's also the Synth 9 that does I remember they had a couple of them. Here's one of them. It does come on, zoom in on that picture. Come on. There it is. Yeah, it does an OBX, it does a Prophet 5. Vibe
That's a
Synth
good one.
3.
What's that called? The Synth 9?
Yep, Synth 9.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
All right, everyone. We'll be back here next Monday. I'm trying to get my brother to come on the show, so I'll find out if I
That'd
can.
be good.
Also, am I doing chord therapy this Wednesday? My guess is no, because I have nothing prepared. And I just don't have time. I have too many songs to learn this week, so I'm going to say no for chord therapy.
Do
This
the Roger
week.
bit.
Right? He's got new students. He's got to learn songs. No chord.
Yeah, I just got too much shit going on. There's no chord therapy.
The incredible chord therapy will not be
Will
seen
not be seen,
at
yeah.
its regularly scheduled timing.
Chord therapy won't be seen because I have no idea. You know what? I did have an idea what I would talk about, but I don't remember now, and I don't care because I
Cigars.
don't have time. Yeah, I don't have time.
Therapy,
So
there you go.
Thursday, I got to do some songs. Thursday, hopefully we'll get together and go over some of those songs. And Friday, and maybe I do have a long week.
So wait,
All right.
are you playing at the Ash on Saturday? Is that where you're playing?
I'm playing the White Ash on Saturday.
Wow, that's gonna be a tough one.
So in Pawtucket on Saturday night, I think it's 8 to 11, and it's Emily and I, and we're playing songs from the 80s. And if anyone comes down, anyone from the Pawtucket area, Andy Dion, if you came down with an acoustic, you could easily come in and sit in on some songs. We'd love to have you. Anyone that wants to come down and sit in, by all means. It's a fun place. You can smoke cigars. It's good.
Oh, Dave, you can't do chord therapy this week. You're going to be watching a ball game with me.
A ball game.
That's the
That's the greatest bit in that whole thing when he goes, I'm probably reading some idiot script. No,
I'll
you were
probably
with
watch
me.
that one tonight.
I
haven't
was.
seen
Yeah,
that
we were
one.
watching a ball game. Yeah, anytime, Andy. If you want to bring an acoustic down, you come sit in with Emily and I on a tune.
Yeah, come down Sunday too, Andy. Just have a smoke.
Hugh Caldwell, get on the plane now. But yeah, we'll be there
It's
Saturday night.
The entire thing, Rising Force acoustic.
That'd be great.
That would be fucking great. You could do it too.
I could do well, the only song I can remember, I have a capo on because I don't know if anyone follows this guy. I don't even know what Danny's last name is. He's a British guy, but I was helping with a song today.
We're gonna do Black Star. Or...
Yeah, I'll probably
Evil
live
Eye,
stream it
too.
too. What?
Evil Eye.
Oh.
Before it goes in that, there's acoustic part.
There you go.
Am I going to do live stream? Yeah, I'm going to live stream it probably Saturday. But we're gonna do I'm so out of tune here. We'll do that
not
song. We'll do we're gonna do the love will lead you back. Oh.
Best Angway quote. Less isn't more. More is more.
Yeah.
I don't like donuts. And that
Yeah, you
was
seen
that
that
was
Pantera
Dimebag
video.
Darrell busting
Yeah.
his balls.
Yeah.
That's the best part of that. It
Pantera
was
video,
Dimebag
yeah.
busting his balls.
That's a great home video. He don't like donuts. Meantime, Ingve's getting into an elevator with what looks like underage girls.
Oh,
No scallop frets. I don't have any scallop frets on that. Ingve. All right, very good, everyone. We're going to call it an evening. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us here. For all the people who talked in the chat, thank you for participating. For those of you who sat there quietly masturbating, we also thank you for participating. I'm joking. And I want to thank Joe and welcome Joe back. Thank you, Joe, for coming back. Krelba.
Yo.
I want to thank you for not coming back. No, thank you for being here. You never left, so you couldn't come back. And everybody else, I want to thank everyone for hanging out. I will see you. The next live you'll see me is, well, I may do a cigar talk during the week sometime if it's a really nice day in my driveway. Otherwise, you'll see me Saturday night at the White Ash. And where the hell's my outro? All right, everyone. All right, very good, everyone. Take care. Giddy up.
Okay, goodbye, Ted.